This TikToker believes she's an alien. What?
Earth, and I'm really excited to. I cover the Milky Way. I just landed here on Earth, and I'm really excited to explore.
You humans are really something.
Well, guys, today's video is kind of an interesting one. I feel like I'm back in 2022 making a video like this. I haven't made a video talking about something this stupid in quite some time, but I feel like the time is right. We're back. There was a time a couple of years ago where I would make a lot of videos, not a ton, but a lot, where I would talk about people pretending to be something on TikTok.
I think it was good.
In general, really, but mainly it was TikTok. I don't know why or how that became such a common kind of video for me to make, but for a moment I was really into making videos of people pretending to be dogs, cats, anime characters, whatever. But then over time those videos became less and less common to the point now where I can't even really remember the last time I made something of that nature. That was until today. The other day somebody sent me a TikTok of this lady who's been pretending to be an alien on TikTok for almost a year. Now I went through this TikTok account.
She needs help. She needs to go to the hospital. She needs to go to the hospital mentally before she hurts kids.
And at first I was like, okay, this is kind of just stupid. But the more I looked into it, the more I was like, what is going on here? And the more the videos began to annoy me. The TikTok account Universal Discourse is apparently run by an alien named Jelzaborf7 from the planet Koark. Now after watching about 10 minutes
from the planet Koark is crazy.
Of this TikTok account, I was like, okay, I see the vision. This is somebody who's trying to call attention to some of the problems we have here on Earth by pretending like they've come from some super intelligent advanced society and they're just baffled at what we're doing. Now the commentary on those topics and the way that this alien discusses them, it's extremely simple and it's not really doing anybody any good, but we'll get to that later. But I thought that's all it was. And then I started to dig a little bit deeper and I found a website that this person had made and a Patreon that this person had made, where they are really leaning into this I'm an alien thing. And like, look, that's fine. I don't care if you want to pretend to be an alien on the internet, but some of the things that this quote alien says are not super productive and they sort of contradict everything that they're doing. So, I mean, on the surface, that's why we're here. And I mean, honestly, I'll admit this is kind of a stupid thing for me to talk about, but
where is her parents? Where's your dad? Where's your mom?
I think it'll be a decent segue into something I've been sort of wanting to talk about recently, so, you know, I'm going to use that as an excuse, okay? But let's not waste any more time. Let's see what Jelzaborf7 has to say.
Jelzaborf7.
Let's begin.
Please subscribe.
Hello there. It is really nice to meet you. My name is Jel. I'm a reporter. I cover the Milky Way. I just landed here on Earth, and I'm really excited to explore. First, I need to find me some clothes, because it looks like you all don those to go and do activities out in the world. So if you have any recommendations on where I could find some of those, I would love to take them. And any other pertinent information that you feel you might want to share with me. I know in your news you've seen some stories about alien sightings or, you know, stuff like that. It is true. We are here. I don't know what everyone else is up to, but me personally, I'm just here.
So she's just standing outside clothesless? Plot twist, yeah, alien for real?
No, on the first intelligent society to destroy its own planet. Very interesting what you all are up to.
Okay, so a lot of these videos are kind of long, so I'm not going to be playing all of them in their entirety, but I think you kind of get the gist. So yeah, reporter from another planet reporting on the first intelligent society to destroy its own planets. Now, look guys, I'm going to try really hard throughout the...
How can you speak English? How's your social life? Yeah, facts.
Video to not even really address the whole I'm an alien thing. It's gonna be difficult for me, okay? Asking questions like, how do you know how to speak English? How did you manage to get a house before you got clothes? How are you
she got a house before clothes.
Knowledgeable enough and prepared enough to do a story on this planet to the point where you know that we're destroying it, yet you didn't know you needed clothes? There's a lot of questions.
How did you download TikTok? Figure out how to upload the video. And to put him to reply before you found clothes.
Asked throughout this video, but I'm going to try my best not to. No promises.
My robot did some research, and it turns out that TikTok is an application that these humans use connected to their internet. It's very low quality. I wanted to connect with the people and that's where you can find them. So I started a TikTok account where I'm sharing, I'll be sharing this as well. I don't know if
Wait a second. How did she get a phone? How did you get a phone before you got clothes?
Probably just go right over their heads.
It's
They
Cap.
are an interesting breed, I will say. They talk a lot about, oh, we hate white men.
This is why TikTok getting banned.
And then I'm on the east coast of North America, and they have a presidential election happening this year, and the two front runners are white men.
Okay, so this is kind of what I was talking about when I said I feel like these videos are a decent segue into something I've been wanting to talk about. We're going to get more in depth on this towards the end of the video once you've seen more of these TikToks. But this brand of social commentary that seems to be very popular on Twitter and TikTok right now, there's nothing worse than it. This is the most unproductive, condescending shit anybody can do right now, and it seems like everybody's doing it. This alien here has a tendency to bring up problems that a lot of people are talking about these days, like the fact that our presidential choices have been dog shit for a while, and then she just says, oh, you guys don't like it, why don't you do something about it?
We have a choice between an orange peel or a Kamala Harris.
It's like, do you not understand how fucked up American politics are? Do you not think the average person would do something about it if they actually had any way imaginable to do so? Like, oh, you guys hate white men. Why do you keep putting white men in the presidential race? Like, Miss Jelzelborf, do you not realize that the people who don't like white men are probably not voting for white men in the primaries? Like, you get that, right? That's a hypothetical because I don't think you do. But this is the
Thanks to Google Play Games, we're taking our mobile gaming to the next level. We can now play SquidRon Tower Adventures
kind of social commentary and political activism that's popular these days. You just gotta pretend that you're better than everybody else and that you know everything, and instead of offering any solutions, instead of sitting there having meaningful discussions with people saying this is what we should do, we have this problem, this is the best solution, this is what you can do to help that. No, it's just attacking random 16-year-olds on Twitter for not having the perfect moral compass and dedicating every waking moment of their life to being a political activist. And
actually, I was going to say something, but I could get fact-checked on something that I didn't know.
By political activist, they mean just whining about shit on Twitter in the most unhelpful, closed-minded way possible, may I add. Saying if you guys don't like white men, why do you keep voting for them, is one of the dumbest questions somebody can pose, and it goes to show where you really stand in understanding American politics.
The thing I miss the most, though, is
she has to be slow.
On my planet, everyone is treated equally because we all look the same and just honor and respect each other. Here, it's quite different, and I find myself in a female body, and it's not easy here being a woman all the time, especially when you see how men are treated. It's pretty wild how different it is.
Wow, that might be the bravest and most unique take I've ever heard. You mean to tell me not everybody treats other people the same on this planet? That women have it harder than men in society? I think you're the first person to ever say that. Look, I'm not trying to be too hard on this alien here, but like, seriously, like, look, if you're just having a general political discussion with people talking about stuff you don't like, I'm not saying you need to go into super high detail about everything, don't need to lay out a platform, but if you're doing this, like if you're dedicating a year of your life to what I assume is some sort of social experiment to, I guess, bring awareness to problems we have in our society, I'm gonna ask a little bit more from you. Like, these are the most lukewarm, agreeable takes that any intelligent person is gonna agree with. Racist, sexist, discriminatory people exist. That is, like, not even up for debate.
You got the bad timeline?
What is the point of saying, on my planet, everybody gets treated the same? Which, by the way, throwing in that the reason you guys all treat each other the same is because you all look the same is a really weird thing to say.
Really weird. Hey, at least it ain't the worst timeline. Facts.
Again, I'm not trying to like pile on to this lady in particular, but when I saw this, it was just...
We could all be mentally insane women who think that we're an alien.
A really good example of what I see everywhere now. And I think it just highlights how pointless the average political discussion has gotten. They go nowhere. People who think they're doing good, people who think they're educated on politics, are just going onto social media, saddling up the highest horse they can find, and then talking down to people while regurgitating the most surface-level talking points you could...
She's literally was naked outside of her house, recording a TikTok saying she's an alien. It doesn't get worse. Maybe she's the only sane person Let's be for
Imagine
real.
They attack individuals rather than the governments making these issues, and they really trick themselves into thinking they make a difference. It's not a good way to live.
You humans are really something. If I could give you one piece of advice, not that you asked.
Yeah, what's our advice?
You all just...
Hold on, she's gonna give us one piece of advice as humans. Dog saying you're an alien is the worst thing you could do, even if you are an alien. That's facts. That's how you get dissected. But she's gonna give us one piece of advice. Advice. I can't fucking speak. Advice. Let's see what she's gonna say.
If I could give you one piece of advice, not that you asked, but you all dissociate very frequently. Not all of you, but a lot of you just poof, go away. And it's because your brains haven't really caught up to having this high-tech technology. It's high-tech for you. The phones, connection to the internet, the human internet is so cute.
What?
But your animal brains are not quite ready for that, so you've become addicted to the screens. And it's a way to just completely dissociate from reality anytime you want. I would pay attention to how many times you're leaving the present moment.
Okay, so this is kind of where we go away from the political rants. Gonna keep those to a
What is she
minimum
talking
going
about?
forward. Now we're back to talking about Jelzaborf.
Animal
man,
brains. Yeah. Jezelborf just told us that there's people who are addicted to their phones. There's literally people who are addicted to drinking water. There's addiction to everything. What do you mean?
I really hope that the irony
FBI.
of this situation is not lost on you. You are sitting here preaching to people saying you guys just disassociate so much. You're out of touch with reality. You're addicted to your phones. Do better, guys. As you pretend to be an alien every single day for a year on TikTok. Do you want to be the pot or the kettle? You can be either one. I mean, that's like a top 10 tone deaf statement that we've heard on this channel.
You guys are so obsessed with doing. What are you doing later? What are you doing? How are you doing?
Okay.
On my planet, we are just being. We're just experiencing this existence.
So you're saying on your planet you don't do anything. You just exist. You never do anything.
We're not doing. Of course you do stuff, but it's not the central.
If you just said, oh my god, she's so fucking stupid. Oh my god, she's so fucking stupid. Let's see.
We're not doing. Of course you do stuff, but...
We're not doing. But of course we do. What?
It's not the central focus. I highly suggest...
Semantics, for sure.
Removing that as being your central focus. I know. You gotta make money. Put food on the table. But if you try to just be... You'll see.
Ooh, my second favorite genre of social media activist, the existence police. And no, I'm not referring to people who say stuff like, you should be a good person and have morals. I think those are pretty fair things to say. I'm referring to the people who say that, hey, you're just not existing right. You're not relaxing right. You're not doing your life right. You worry too much. You do too much. You think too much. I mean, are we really fucking complaining about people saying, what are you doing later and how are you doing? Really? How tall are the legs of this horse?
Planet Coark, the best place ever. I wish that you could come.
Planet Coark.
Your frail human bodies couldn't possibly make the trip. My species is actually very similar to your own. We're just like hundreds of thousands of years more evolved. So we have AI just running the gig for us. And
AI running the gig for us.
It's awesome. You guys are going to get there.
That's how aliens talk. 100,000-year-old evolved aliens in the future. And we have AI running the gig for us.
Anyway, so we have just like no hate and no war, no violence. It's very relaxing.
Where's the hospital?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be pushing it in your face at all. I know you all are going through it right now. I've also noticed that your government structures are very corrupt. A lot of power and money trading hands. Not good. I'm so sorry. I know that a lot of you don't have any say in that. That is unfortunate. But power in numbers. Remember that.
And I think this is going to be where I end it because, I mean, come on. This is it. This is the best example of how useless and performative this kind of shit is. Oh, wow. Really? Your perfect planet doesn't have any war, any corruption. There's never any disruption of the peace. That's awesome. How'd you get there? How do you think planet Earth could manage that? Any insight on that?
No insight.
Or do you truly think it's enough to just say, hey, guys, like, we should have a planet with no war or no hate. Like, everything should just be perfect. That's what I would do, at least. Like, do you really think you're doing anything by saying that stuff? But wait, there's more. Are governments corrupt? Money's trading hands between the elite? All our politicians aren't perfect? No, where'd you get such a silly idea? Are you sure? And wait, did you just say power in numbers? I've never thought of that. I mean, holy shit, are you just like reading a list of political topics? I mean, you cannot get any—
You guys have problems? What? You have problems? Why don't you just not have problems? Just be perfect. Like our planet does it. Just don't do it.
More surface level than this. She's basically just saying buzzwords, and by the end of the video, she's acting like she's done something, like she's utilized a platform. This is what social media has come to. This is what I'm talking about. People will dedicate a year of their life to pretend to be an alien to, quote, help out society, and this is what they're doing. Instead of spending a year doing anything meaningful, they want to do the bare minimum and still feel like they've done something. They go on the internet and say, hey guys, we should treat women the same we treat men, and they expect like a round of applause for people to be like, oh my god, I've never thought of that. It's fixed. It's solved. Men and women are finally equal in society. Let's go. Like, I just don't understand it. From a teenager, sure. From an adult, this is just kind of sad. Well, guys, I wasn't really expecting this video to get near as ranty as it ended up being. I guess I've been holding some of this in, but you know, that's all right. And look, I know some people are going to disagree with me on some of this stuff.
Is that the end of the video? Yeah, that's the end.
I've said throughout this video, and that's fine. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I think there's anything wrong with being kind of surface level and still addressing things that are wrong with our society. When it becomes wrong, in my opinion, is when you do it like this. You act like you're better than everybody else, and you just know more than everybody. And you ride this high horse through political activism, where you're really not doing anything, but just saying the most basic stuff you can come up with. It's not helpful. You're not doing anything, yet these people go onto the internet and they think they're saving the world. I'm just kind of tired of seeing it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and walk on over to that.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like he said, and go ahead and walk over to the subscribe button and tap that thing. Hawk to a spit on that thing, you know? But hey, she's crazy. Put her in a white room. Put her in a mental hospital. A whole year as an alien, man? What? Get her before she does something that we can't take back.